Welcome once again, Montreal Canadiens, to the second round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. This time we've got a new opponent and somewhat of a rival of the Montreal Canadiens. These two teams do have previous playoff history with each other. The difference tonight is the Ottawa Senators are a 47-win team, so they had a very good regular season as opposed to the Buffalo Sabres that we just faced in the first round, and we deposited them in 4 games. It was a full-on sweep of those Buffalo Sabres. And this is how these Ottawa Senators stack up and what we will be facing on the other side of the ice surface. Conacher with Spezza and McCulloch, so that's a delicious first line. I gotta give it up. Great first line here. Good top 6. Very respectable team. Honestly, the depth isn't even that bad. This team has, I don't know what they got on the blue line, but they have obviously made their first line a priority, the same way that I kind of made my first line and my first D pairs a priority, and I didn't worry about having the greatest depth and just having depth that would suffice. Now, I do see a name in here that is a former Canadian from our Stanley Cup championship run last season. Brian Bickle signed in the offseason with the Senators. I didn't even pay it, even though that was a thing. I deliberately let Bickle go. I think he was asking for a little more money than what I was looking to pay him for his age and his role on the team, so I just let him go to free agency. He helped us win a Stanley Cup, was a big part of helping us win a Stanley Cup championship. Down the middle, this team is really good to go. 88 on the first line, 84 overall player on the second line, 84 and then 81 Wingles. Man, I remember when Zibanejad was a Sen. Remember those days. So on the D side of things, it is still Erik Karlsson still here, but playing second pair minutes. Weird that they got Karlsson on the second pair, but their D-core is very nice, top to bottom. This is a great set of 6 defensemen. I don't even know if they have an injury either. That's going to be the interesting part to look at, but I'm a little envious of this D-core. I mean, I'm happy with my D-core too. We got Subban and Hedman on the first pair alone gets it done. Power play, snapshot of the power play, and a snapshot of the penalty kill for the Ottawa Senators. In goal, they got Robin Lehner, backed up by an unknown goaltender, Corbin, who is an 82 hybrid. We probably won't see from Corbin unless we chase Lehner from the net early on in a game. So that's the way the goaltending looks out. We'll look at the stats for these Senators. Ottawa Senators, all skaters in the playoffs. This is through 5 games, all playoff stats. And they played Los Angeles not Los Angeles. I'm thinking about Calgary. I'm sorry. I'll talk about Calgary in a second because I do want to show something. Who did Ottawa play in the first round? I've already forgotten, but we'll look at the playoff tree. We'll take a look at that too. The leading point scorer is Kyle Turris. And I actually have a Kyle Turris jersey in my closet from when he was a Senator. And the reason being is it was super cheap on the internet, and I just wanted to grab a Sens jersey to add to my collection. So, fun fact for you there. I have a Kyle Turris jersey. Jason Spezza, who we remember being a big part of the line with Danny Heatley when Heatley scored 50 goals in 2007. Who is the leading goal scorer on this team? It's probably Spezza with 3, so I don't know how they spread out the goal scoring here. Conacher with 4 points. There's Karlsson. All assists, no goals yet for Karlsson, so he hasn't scored from the blue line yet. Pierre-Marc Bouchard, Jakob Silfverberg. This is before Silfverberg ended up notoriously in Anaheim. Cowan, Weirkoch, McCulloch, down the list. We're just going to go now at this point. Oh boy, Yemlin's not even in the lineup. I didn't know he was here with the Ottawa Senators. He has gotten into 2 games played for the Sens. Brian Bickle with 5 games played. He has a goal. He has a goal in 5 games. Not too bad from your bottom 6. And look at look at that picture of Mika Zibanejad, man. What is with the hair? He almost looks like he could be in an emo band. But there's the Senators. All skaters. We'll focus on the goaltenders now. And it's probably just, yes, I figured it was just Lehner. Look at how young Lehner is in this picture. So I figured it would be Lehner in all the games. The backup goaltender, who I forgot who it is already. He has not seen any action yet. 2.44 GAA and a 9.172 save percentage through 5 games in the playoffs so far. So the numbers on Laner, not terrible, but not the greatest either. What was the save percentage? How far below a 92? Okay, not too far off a 92. Not bad. Actually, not bad now that I looked at that save percentage in better detail. I just see the 91 and I go, oh, it's a 91 save percentage, like which is a very good save percentage for an NHL goaltender, but like elite save percentage is 92 and above. Anyway, so playoff tree, the Senators played Florida in the first round. That's who they had in the first round. They got that job done in 5 games. Oh, by the way, before I forget, Vince, keep this in the video. I need to show this before I forget to do it. Johnny Gaudreau, he played... the Flames are still in the playoffs, I believe. Yes, they played LA. So this is the team that played Los Angeles, and this is who I was thinking of. The Flames. Gaudreau with 1 point in 4 games so far in the postseason. But what I wanted to show you, remember, that I created Gaudreau and put him in the game myself. So this is my self-made Johnny Gaudreau for the game. And these are all of his attributes. I mean, this guy's puck skill, shooting, and senses out the wazoo. Everything is just almost out the wazoo. His skating, unbelievable skater. He signed a big deal. That's what it was. He signed a 7-year, $8.290 million contract extension with the Flames. It's not really an extension in this game because extensions don't exist. But if extensions were a thing, he would have easily signed an extension with the Flames. So he's off of that ELC contract. He's a 90 overall. He's how old again? 26. Okay. He still has the potential for growth beyond this year. And some players still grow even outside of their age 26 season. So I think how this game works is that for the most part, the cutoff point for a player's growth is generally like age 26. You can see that his potential is not locked in at a 4.5 green star. When it hits white star potential up there in the upper right-hand corner, that's as good as his potential is going to get. So he could still theoretically grow, but also players can still grow into their late 20s in this game because I've seen it happen with Sean Monahan, who was an extremely late bloomer in our Calgary Flames GM series. But he was not a late bloomer for my team. He was for another team. The other thing is the league is going to have to look out. Now, the Canucks are eliminated. They lost in 7 games. Oh, boy, I forgot who they lost to, but it doesn't matter. It's not really relevant right now. But I think it was the Coyotes. But McDavid has 6 points, 4 goals in 7 games of the first round of the playoffs. This is what's scary about McDavid. He's 23 years old, and I did edit his attributes because I can edit the player. So I did edit McDavid's attributes. He's 5-star. He's full on, like, as good as a player can get in this game. And the scary part is he's not done growing. His attributes are like 99s across the board in so many categories. And his stats are like this: 69 games played, 77 regular season points. And I mean, he's just going to continue growing. It's going to be scary if you have to play up against Connor McDavid. Finally, a new opponent, the Ottawa Senators. For the first time in the GM mode, we face up against the Ottawa Senators in the playoffs. I always love going up against new teams because each team, it feels like, kind of plays a little bit different from each other, which is a good thing. We ran into a Hurricanes team that almost seemed like they were, the numbers on Price, I'm flabbergasted at how good Carey Price has been on this playoff run. I mean, it's just 4 games in the first round. But anyway, we noticed that, Carolina looked like they were going to be a formidable opponent in the conference final just a season ago. In last year's playoff run, we had trouble with the Winnipeg Jets in the Stanley Cup final until I made a strategic adjustment to the way that we played the game. And whoa, what happened? The fans cheered, and then the camera changed angles. And I think it was Conacher that was getting up from the ice in front of his goaltender. Somebody came in and did something to Conacher. But anyway, we dispatched up the Sabres pretty easily, pretty effortlessly in that first round. And playing, I know I emphasize it every single episode, it seems like, but I gave the AI a boost in terms of the difficulty adjustment slider going into that series. I wasn't expecting to sweep it or have such an easy go with it. And we will score right away on a dump-in retrieval. Backdoor to Matt Duchene. The net was wide open. How can you miss? Not a good start for Robin Lehner. I promise you, I am on the highest I'm on superstar difficulty, the highest possible difficulty. The AI sliders, if you will, have been maxed out as far as they can go. The only thing that we did change as well for this playoff run is I bumped up aggression. So there's a slider for both teams called aggression. And I didn't max that out. I bumped that up an extra click from where it was in last year's playoff run. I just don't understand why the teams are struggling against us. It's like I said, I think we have a legitimately good team on the ice. I'm expecting more from the Senators. I'm expecting better from the Senators. It doesn't hurt as well for us when we got Carey Price. Oh, and guess who's back in the lineup? Yeah, it's Sukai Ming. And I got something that I want to touch on. I'm going to hold on to it, on that thought for just a second as well. But yeah, Ming is back in the lineup. The odd man out was who was playing on my fourth line? I can't think of the name of the player anymore. Is it Ashton? Is that the name of the player? It's an older player that was the odd man out. I had to keep Monahan in the lineup, and I didn't want to take Simon Hjalmarsson out in favor of keeping an older player in the lineup. If we can get that youth down there on the fourth line. So I couldn't take Monahan out. Oh, that's a bad break, and we took a penalty. Price makes the save. Stoll will chop it along, and we will get the touch. We'll go to the game's first penalty kill. The game's first power play belongs to the Senators. I had to keep Jarrett Stoll on the third line as well. What a big hit from Weiss. I kept Jarrett Stoll on the third line. I really contemplated with Sukai Ming rejoining the lineup. I was wondering how things were going to get shuffled around. I for a moment, it's not in the video, but for a moment I moved Jarrett Stoll to the fourth line, and then I went, that third line's been working really well in this playoff runs to this point. Oh yeah, it's right there, Eller in the feet. I'm looking. Cut back move. I just got to keep that puck moving along. That was a bad play. Oh boy, Conacher's been sprung free on a rush play. Defended well by Subban backdoor. There's a goal on the one-timer. And they snow showered Carey Price as well with that one. It looks like it's McCulloch as the goal scorer. Well, we kind of created our own problem on that in the attacking zone. That's where this whole play begins. A good stick lift by Subban, just couldn't get back to the puck after we made the initial stick lift. Right there, you see it. Couldn't get it back. Everyone's all out of the place. And it's a backdoor goal. No harm, no foul for Carey Price on that one because your teammates kind of hung you out to dry on that one. It's a power play goal. So here we go. Ottawa has tied the game pretty early on. They made that. Oh my God, that's a bad turnover. They made their. Oh my gosh, they made their opportunity on the power play count. They made it stick. And I'm gonna I gotta get the puck out. Now we're starting to see some pressure from the Sens for the first time in the game. Might be a little mental note. Stay out of the box against the Ottawa Senators. I want to get that puck moving. And we're gonna go on a power play now. That puck deflects. Now Jarrett Stoll cannot hold on to the puck. But we'll get our opportunity on the man advantage. Now, I haven't been able to talk about what I actually wanted to talk about. This is Ryan Reeves, by the way. I find it hilarious with Reeves in this game because in this game he's not that black. He's not. Look how dark he is. His skin tone is so dark. I mean, Ryan Reeves is not that black in the real world, man. But I've always found that funny about Reeves. Nice shot there from Subban. Down low. There you go. Okay, there we go. Duchene out of the corner. I just want to get it over to Subban. Now set it up. Down low is going to deflect. This is not that aggressive. Look at this penalty kill. They're not aggressive. They're actually standing in place and actually killing it like it's a real penalty kill. All right, I like that. That's going to allow my power play to set up more. I'm looking for the through the seam option, but there isn't one. That'll draw some penalty killers. Down low, patch ready, but it's off the pad of Lehner. I believe Duchene got spilled at the end of that play, or is it Eller? Whoever's over there on the left side boards got spilled over. So what I wanted to say is I'm a little sluggish doing this recording session. And the reason why is, I'm trying to correct some insulin resistance of my own. So my blood sugar levels are like all over the place because I'm having to completely alter my my lifestyle and my diet a little bit here. I've already run into insulin resistance once before, and the reason being is I just ate way too many carbs. And not only did I eat way too many carbs, I ate way too much rice, and rice will absolutely spike your blood sugar levels. So if I'm not careful, I'm basically run into insulin resistance for a second time, and I mean, hell, could be if I'm not careful, running into pre-diabetes, and that's just not what I want. Oh my God, Eller had that move. So anyway, that's just what's going on in my personal life. I'm really feeling sluggish today, but I want to get the recording done. I'm so curious to see how it's going to be to play against the Ottawa Senators, and that's my main reason I wanted to get this recording done, to see how the Sens play. Dump in on Price. Get to that, Eller. Okay, and Hedman's going to take a penalty. Good job. That was all over the place. They dump it in on Price. There's a big, juicy rebound. Eller, for some reason, just skated over the puck. Right there, he's just like, I think I'll take my time collecting the puck. Hedman hits a guy that doesn't have possession of the puck. And Hedman was an AI-controlled player, so I didn't have anything to do with that. I mean, the power play looked really good. It's nice to know that the Senators' approach to the penalty kill is to play it very conservatively. Dump in, rebound. All right, there we go. Duchesne still has it. Pacioretty flung wide. Man, there's a lot of penalties going on right now. Duchesne, and he gets it back. All right, there we go. We got it back. Now back to the point. Oh my goodness, man, Ottawa really is aggressive. That aggression slider is insane. Both teams can't stay out of the box right now. This is the hatred that we need from a Senators Canadiens series. Oh, it's a stick infraction against Spezza. And we got Thunderstruck playing before the power play. That'll hype you up. Here we go. Ming leaves it along for Kamayev. Now back down low for Ming. Man, can we get possession? Ming. Well, oh my God. What the hell did Lehner do? He laid on his side there. There it is for Ming. Ming shooting on Lehner. We're going to chop this back along. Keeps it alive for Kamayev. Turns, fires on the backhand. Cowan will have it now. This is 4-on-4, by the way. We're playing a really exciting series here. Oh, what a move. Did Price save that? It went out of play. That was weird, man. Oh, that whole sequence for both teams on each side of the rink, man. Cowan with the big hit on Sukai Ming. There was no chance for him to evade that body check. He was playing through a playable injury. He came back a little bit early from his injury, so it's a playable one. But, it's the playoffs. You got to put Ming in the lineup for the playoffs. Go. Okay, I was going to pass it, but we'll just skate it away with PK. Turning it away, man. Turning it over to the Ottawa Senators for an easy clear here. So Hedman, let's bank this. Perfect in stride to Brad Marchand. Toe drag move. And not working out around Kishton, and he clears it the full length. That'll be the end of the Canadiens' power play. Pretty much a guarantee. Slam dunk. Power play's over. Oh, my goodness. Where the hell was Duchesne going? Where's this Marchand? That's Marchand. There are two players on my team with the jersey tuck. Man, the Deeks are all over the place. Timo Pulkkinen. Oh, my God. Pulkkinen. It's in! Please tell me. I just got robbed of a highlight reel goal right there. Did you see that? We got to get a replay. Look at this. It hit the... Oh, it was in! You got to be kidding me. Maybe the game thinks it never crossed the goal line fully. That is robbery. The game just did Timo Pulkkinen dirty on that one. Big, oh my God, Pacioretty. Holy crap. This has got to be the greatest variation in gameplay I've seen in my life. And the Sens are in again. They're chewing our defense up, and our defense is making a lot of mistakes. We're making way too many mistakes with the puck as a team tonight. Well, Reeves out of the corner, shoots, deflected wide by the Canadian stick. Okay, yep. The Senators are going to be, this is going to be a crazy series. I'm preparing myself right now. This is going to be a wet and wild series. And this is going to be a wet t-shirt contest in a minute, and you're going to lose the wet t-shirt contest, Ryan Reeves. I don't know what that means. That's a new chirp for me. It's just a new chirp for me. I poke checked this, and I saved a goal right there with that poke check. The Damon Severson poke check. We got to win this puck and get it out of the zone. Price has been busy. He's been a busy worker bee in this period for the Canadiens. Dump back in. Subban, we got to retrieve it and clean. Oh boy, these dump-ins are gonna. They're an aggressive forechecking team. Nice play, self-pass by Subban. This is a time to cut across the middle. Skate to stick move. Now drop it back for Subban, but it deflected on its way towards Subban. We got to pull this back. On the wing, Stoll and rim it. Okay, that was supposed to be rimmed along the boards behind the net. Oh, that kick's free. Stoll runs into a brick wall and Cody Ceci, and the puck goes the other way. McCulloch up to Conacher. Look at these quick passes by the Sens. And there's a stick check. Indeed. Can we up and over this? Oh my God. That almost worked out against Method. That almost worked. I'm actually loving the gameplay right now. This is the most fun game. This is way better than the Buffalo series ever was. The Buffalo series at its peak couldn't even contend with this. Okay, I got to flip this out of the zone. So the playoff series against Buffalo was not even close to how good this first period is against Ottawa. This is one period of the second round. Oh my God, way more competitive team in the Senators, but we kind of expected that with their record coming into this one. We just cannot get a good rush play going in the attacking zone. There's a couple good poke checks on the forecheck. Stay behind the net, Marchand. I'm trying to twist it along for you. Twisty nipple style. Let's put that hit on there. Severson up to Marchand. I have no one to pass to, so I'll pass it to myself. There it is across the rink. Kamayev and right into the pad of Lehner. He makes an important save. A crucial stop for the Senators. Severson down the wall. In front, it's going to bank off of Lehner on its way there. Severson against Method. Poke checked away, and a deflected shot from Pacioretty. This gameplay is great, man. You say what you want. This is great gameplay. We're going to milk an icing out of the Sens unless we don't touch it, and we will. Krug slapping a puck down there. Let's go do a face-off. That was a good keep by Damon Severson as well. Well, this is the shot before that. But he kept the puck down the half wall, and he was up like a forward to deflect the Pacioretty try. I kind of sporadically pushed up on the right stick with that play from Pacioretty. This is an interesting game, and too interesting of a gameplay to have my blood sugar levels dipping a little bit. And it's basically, again, it's just my body's just going to have to make an adjustment and adapt to changes. And it's left me feeling a little sluggish. Come on, Stoll. And yet I can still play the game. I don't really want to go into any further discussion because it's really not relevant to the video and to the gameplay that's going on. Price, that was a dangerous handle. Krug off the wall. Oh, my God. Well, okay. Yep. All right. That's one way to break the puck out. Way to go, gentlemen. Icing? I kind of felt forced into icing that, but it won't be an icing thanks to Dale Weiss. Man, this game is so good right now. And this is why this is the GOATed NHL game of all time. Greatest game of all time that EA Sports ever made. If not, it's right up there with the best one, which many people consider NHL 04 to be the greatest NHL game ever made. And I love that game too. There it is. We got to dump this puck in, man. We have got nothing. Ottawa's a tighter play team, but it's not like they're completely shutting everything down, but they're playing everything tighter on defense. It's such a perfect balance of playing tight D, but still allowing some rush offense to happen. What a slap pass to break it out to Hjalmarsson. Left alone and picked up by Spezza. That'll be the end of the period. Well, I slap passed it on I accidentally did that. I didn't think that would work out. That worked out almost perfectly until Hjalmarsson muffed it up on the zone entry. We're going to go into intermission tied at 1. This has been probably the best played single period I've had of one of these playoff GM mode episodes. This is the lone goal the Senators scored on the back door. That tied the game at 1. Oh, they're playing default deny between periods. I love it. Now there you go. There's an old school NHL game. A song from an old school NHL game. Was this 03? I think this was from NHL 03, and I remember owning the first NHL game I ever played was NHL 2000 on PC. And then I remember owning, I never had 2001, but the first game I played on PS console, PS2, I think it was 2002. NHL, it had Mario Lemieux on the cover. Why are we leaving the puck there, Price? And then I had 03, that had Jerome Iginla, probably one of my favorite NHL, up there is one of my favorite NHL games. I don't know why I'm discussing old school NHL games now. Backdoor, that was unbelievable. What an assist from Louis LeBlanc on the first line. And I was thinking about putting him back on the second line with Ming, but you got to have LeBlanc on that top line. Look at this replay. Boom. Spins, fires. That's a McDavid-like pass. McDavid-like play. All the Sens can do is just watch it. Right on the tape of Pacioretty. That's why you go there. You go stand there back door. Good things will come to you. And good things are coming to the Canadiens early in the second period of play. We got the lead right back. Ming, look out. Then we're going to push this into the zone. Are we really offside on that? I guess that was a delayed offside call. And we could get possession back. No, we won't. Off to Silverberg. The thing that's dangerous about Ottawa that I'm noticing from just this early gameplay is that they are certainly capable of getting their offensive chances. That's my classic punchback. That one worked out to perfection. Marchand was on the doorstep. How's that not a penalty behind the play? I don't know if you saw that hit from Marchand, but that should have been a penalty. Saucer pass deflects off Ming and into Lehner. We'll get a face-off. This gameplay is great. It's perfectly fast and loose for both teams. There's plenty of room to maneuver up and down the ice. It feels like a playoff game. This is one of the few games that has genuinely felt like an actual playoff game, and that's the play that I thought should have been a penalty. The hit from behind the play there from Marchand. Oh, good play, Polkinen. Back down the wall. Yes, back down in deep, and we got to win this battle with a good forecheck. They're a team that you have got to respect, Ottawa. I am seeing it already. That you got to respect this team. Blocker save, Stoll, punch it away from him. Yep, and back to the point. Okay. I didn't mean to do that. I did not mean to bring that out behind the blue line. I got caught in an awkward spot with Jarrett Stoll there on that one. And barely shot this just inside the blue line as well from Hedman. If we win this, we dump it right back in. I want to win it to Krug. We didn't win the face-off, but we can continue. There we go. We've had a good forecheck. We got our sticks working tonight. Help me out, Duchesne. Oh, my God. There's a couple of players that are getting obliterated all over the ice. And you see what I mean? The stretch pass is wide open for both teams. It's just the way both teams are defending the neutral zone. I don't need to see a replay of Duchesne getting hit. So same deal, same principle. Dump the puck in if we win it. And so just dump it right in. There you go. Go chase it down. We got a good forecheck against Ottawa. So I got to learn to trust it. I mean, we've kind of historically had a good forecheck against our opponents in these playoff games. Off the wall, get on the board. There it is. Hjalmarsson, this is going to have to be dumped in as well. Are we really onside with that? There's no freaking way. Monahan, we're offside. Okay. Who do I even have control? Okay, I have Pacioretty, so it's dumped in now. The Senators needed a change. Someone's got to get this first. It'll be Severson. Saucered along. Hjalmarsson, again, dumping it in. We just got to hit that dump in with speed. If we can get there before their player can, we can have a huge advantage here. Off the forecheck, Pacioretty. It goes to LeBlanc, to Pacioretty. Duchesne turns, fires, saved, and turned away by Robin Lehner. The Senators come away with possession again. Good stick on McCulloch. Duchesne, man, this gameplay is back and forth. Windmill move, unsuccessful. Pacioretty, successful. What a goal by Pacioretty. Oh, it's perfectly fast and loose. This game is so good right now. That was just a calamity of mistakes from the Senators. And just walking in all alone, they were making a change, I think, behind the scenes. Why was Pacioretty wide open against Lehner one-on-one? You can see the scramble for Ceci and Conacher to get back. They knew that they needed to try to make a desperation attempt to stop Pacioretty, who has 2 goals on the evening now. Both goals coming in this period to elevate the lead to 2 for the Canadiens. 3-1 lead. 2-goal lead on the scoreboard. That was a huge... Was that saved or blocked? Who is this number 10? Kishton, that's right, man. If he's a defenseman, he's a pretty small-sized defenseman. Very Jared Spurgeon-like. I don't know if he's as good as Jared Spurgeon. Good stick play there by Hedman, but Kishton holds onto it to Zibanejad. Over to Mathod. Now, look at this passing, my God. And back up the weak side. We got to get the breakout. We're going to dump it in here. Stoll, cross corner. That actually hit the glass and died out perfectly, but we just didn't have anyone to get on it. Bickle to Mathod. Gonna watch these stick lifts that we're doing coming back through. Perfect stick on the stick check. Oh my God, fended off by Price. I don't know how. in the glove. I didn't want to play it. That was an accidental button press that led to Price playing the puck, but it's okay. Now Ming. Oh my God. Oh my. Okay. And we just play it off of Lehner. That's going to work out, or it won't work out. Erik Karlsson to the rescue for the Sens. We're changing. Wingles. Big block by Tamernis. Just put the body right in front of it. Golfed right to Pacioretty. Reminds me of that. Oh, what a spin move by Matt Duchene. Turns, fires, saved, and it's right in the paraphernalia. 5-hole on Lehner. That was a perfectly timed spin move through neutral ice. And I'm not getting into anything with you. There was a time when I would have played this game on this difficulty with these sliders, and I would have struggled against the AI. But I've figured out I just have a good flow and a good feel for this game sometimes, and tonight feels like a really good night for me as well. I feel like I just know what I'm doing out here, and that's going to deflect all the way back down. Can we golf at it? We cannot. Silverberg. All right. The poke check, and we're going to wrap that along the glass. It will funnel to Ceci, but we're going to poke it free of Ceci. Lars Eller, he's in. We'll shoot it off of Lehner, and it's turned aside. At least we got the puck on the net on the breakaway. I always make that point of emphasis. If you have a breakaway, get a puck on the net. While Bouchard would have moved at the blue line, we're going to cover that. It'll be one of the few times tonight that Carey Price has taken a whistle. I don't like to take whistles often. I like to keep the gameplay going and keep the flow in it, but there is a time where you do need a whistle, and that was a slick move. Look at Hedman. He's nowheresville on that hip check attempt. I need to win this on the back end to the corner, so that's kind of the rule of thumb for me in the D zone, and we do get the win, but man, their stick lift was instantaneous off the Pulkkinen, and we'll punch this wide. We don't have numbers here, but Pulkkinen, stick whacked out of his hand as well. Severson tries to play it further in. Conacher to the corner. You really want to do that? Okay. He knows what he's doing. He hits the post. Conacher hit the post. He had that wrap move attempt on Carey Price. I don't know how that's not a penalty by the boards. We got to stick to that play, but Karlsson with a perfect pass down there for Reeves. It's covered. We'll play it. I have a teammate. I'm going to throw it. Weiss. Nice move, Weiss. Oh, my God. Dale Weiss, all right, put it off of the goaltender. We'll send it down low. Weiss intended, I believe, for Pacioretty, intercepted by the Ottawa Senators, who send it back in. Severson behind his own net. He's going to have time with it. Not that much time. Duchene, rink wide, knocked down. Back up, LeBlanc's offside. Way offside. I really do have to think the game quickly with this game speed and this level. Every decision has got to be made pretty quickly, which is how real hockey is. I mean, if you're going to play in the NHL, you got to make decisions quickly. So I feel it does reflect that in a certain sense. That's the point of having the game speed maxed out and the difficulty maxed out. Kishton knew exactly what I wanted to do. I had the play set up as well. This game is just, when it goes right, this game is just so rewarding to play. Oh, I had the move done with Su Kai Ming. I even leaned, like my physical body. I actually leaned away from the mic because I was so into that play that I had with Su Kai Ming. Along the weak side, Dumoulin, perfectly off the boards. There we go, up to Kamayev. We'll do a deke off the entry, and we need to send that puck down in. Yeah, we got board play, though, before I could chip it down low. Yeah, where do you think you're going? Where do you think you're going with that puck? I just think we have we're playing the exact same strategic approach that we played the Buffalo series with, so I haven't changed anything strategically, and I think that we have a good roll going here with this team. This team's on a roll. Oh, LeBlanc spilled all over the ice by Wingles like a paint can. D. Well, that was not a defenseman. Up to Duchene. Man, Duchene is freaking sick out here. That was a sick move. I've seen a couple of sick dangles in this game. Remember Pulkkinen's move that he didn't score on. Icing. And we forced the Senators to ice the puck again. Oh, and this song that's way too loud. It's actually not as loud as I thought it was when I watched the gameplay back. But look at all these creative juices flowing for Matt Duchene in this game. Man, it's comical how loud that song is, though. It is. Compared to all the other songs that I have in here, the other custom music that I have in here, the in-arena songs. That plays onside. I was a little surprised that was onside. Oh, my goodness. And they somehow did not make it a 3-2 game right there. That'll be the end of the second period of play. We've got a good one here. Don't tune away yet. I have seen AI opponents come back from far worse. But I'm feeling good about this team. We just got a good vibe going with this team. We got to keep the mojo going. We've historically as well, we've had really good first and second rounds. It's the third round and beyond when things sometimes get a little more complicated for this team. So I'm not gonna, and I can't write off the Ottawa Senators. And the game apparently loves default tonight because we've got more default playing between periods. This is we had deny by default in the first intermission after the first period, and we have Can't Slow Me Down, whatever the name of that song is, by default. It is part of my custom menu music in this game from the old NHL soundtracks. Big save on Spezza by Carey Price. Get on the point, guy. Yeah, we've kept Price a little busy, but he hasn't been ultimately much busier than Lehner has in this game. There's a big goal from the Sens. I told you, man, they were going to push right back, and they opened up a can of worms to begin this third period of play. Cody Ceci from the blue line. I gotta admit, I love a defenseman goal in this game. When it goes in clean from the point, it's kind of satisfying, even when it's the other team, because it just needs to happen more in this game. But yeah, pretty unfortunate for Price to get scored on with that one, and for the Senators to open the period with a goal. Get the goal scoring started early. That's the big part about that, is they get the goal early in the period, so that improves their likelihood of a comeback, trailing 2 goals entering the period. We got to be on our A game. This is not an opponent to be underestimated, and I didn't underestimate them coming in. Severson may have just saved a goal. Man, that was a weird and hot rebound coming off the pad. Why are we dumping it back into our zone? So keeping Carey Price busy over here. Busier than he ought to be. There's my support in the middle from Su Kai-Ming. Just couldn't get the step around. This Sens team's aggressive, man. What a move by Karlsson, my God. I don't like it. The Sens they're not playing any games opening up this period. Holkinen, and he throws one on anyway. He did the deke around a few players. That's a big hit on Erik Karlsson. Yeah, you like those apples? I gotta say this. I really freaking miss Erik Karlsson as a Senator. And I'm not even a Sens fan. He was just so much fun to watch when he was a Senator. And obviously, Karlsson is well past his prime now. He's not even close to the same player that he was in his prime as a Senator. And we're offside. But it has to be stated, I miss prime Erik Karlsson. One of the most fun players to watch in the entire league. He could do it all. He legitimately carried the 2017 Senators on that playoff run. I believe he had a fractured ankle in that whole playoffs or something like that. I don't exactly know when the I just butchered that word. I don't know when the ankle fracture occurred or whatever it was, foot, ankle, something like that. But he carried that team on a big playoff run all the way to the Eastern Conference Final. They were 1 goal in overtime in Game 7 against Pittsburgh from the Stanley Cup Final. It just wasn't meant to be. That's going to hurt, isn't it? A painful block for Ceci. They're giving us all that we can fight for to win this game. They really are. Yeah, and if I can hit you, I'm going to hit you every opportunity I get, but they feel the same way about it against us. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. And they really do dish it right back out. Pacioretty is slow to get up. He had the wind knocked out of him on that hit. Out of reach for Subban. Golfed out by Subban. Conacher. I believe Conacher, someone for the Sens, hit the post earlier in this game on a wrap chance against Carey Price. Back for Su Kai-Ming, but out of reach for Su Kai-Ming. It's been all Ottawa in this period so far. I have the perfect forecheck to flush them out this way. I mean, great forecheck. Great stretch pass, though, to Spezza. Or as Jim Houston would say, it's Spezza. Or something like that. Spezza. I can't even do it. I can't even imitate Jim Houston. One of the all-time greatest commentators in hockey history, in my opinion. One of my favorites. And he retired. He deserved to retire. Same way like Doc Emmerich and some of the greats, Bob Cole, some of the greats that have retired in the past. They deserve to retire, but it sucks when great commentators retire. And Houston, of course, is a childhood memory for me as well because he called the old NHL games from the early 2000s, and I didn't mean to throw that off the back of the net. Somebody want to prevent this wraparound? Because I know they're looking for it. They love that. Yeah, there it is. That was a disgusting goal by Zibanejad, and I called it. I spoke that goal into existence. And now we get to see that picture, that headshot of Zibanejad never fails to make me laugh, man. The hair in that picture. But that was a disgusting goal. He went one way and shot back the other. He faked one way and shot the other. I mean, that would have fooled any goaltender, especially Carey Price, and it did fool Carey Price, leading to a tie game. I told you coming into this period, this team was not going to go away easily. They're not going to look away from a game like this. And it's not from a lack of trying from our side. It's just they have legitimately been hard to play against in this period. Ever since the puck dropped on period 3. We've had a tough time making the necessary plays and the necessary adjustment against this team. That's a wonderful hit on set. This feels like a damn playoff game. It really does feel like a perfect playoff game. And that is exactly what we didn't need. Who took this penalty? Dumoulin? Dumoulin is, if it's Dumoulin, he's changed numbers from what he wore last season. The game gave him a different number. Yes, it is Dumoulin. I think he wore 10 last year. So he's wearing number 11. Who's wearing 10, though? The crowd has gone silent. They have fallen silent at the Bell Center. And they win it. Look at this. Win it so clean. It goes all the way back to the CNH logos at center ice. We're going to have to put a hit on Spezza. We will. Clotheslining hit there from Hedman. And wow. I'm not even allowed to answer for that. They run right into Carey Price. I should be allowed to stand up for my goaltender on that one. That was pretty egregious. I know what your tricks are. I see everything that you've got pulled up your sleeve. McCulloch and the Senators. So this is a penalty kill that I was about to say. Come on, Hedman. I was about to say, we can't play around with this PK. We have got to make it clean. We got to get through this PK situation clean. So I'm not going to even... I could have probably got to that puck, but it's just not worth it to chase it down and be out of position. I need a forward back for sure. All over the ice. Man, what a move by Spezza. He's around, and Price gives up one of his trademark big rebounds all the way down the rink. We need to change that forward grouping on the ice for this penalty kill situation. So that's Duchesne getting on there. I hate these dump-ins every time. Puck bounces, then you got to hope you can retrieve it. We don't. Sens have a chance. They're going for that wrap play again. It gets blocked in front. Uh-oh. Oh, my God, man. Look at this. This team is dirty, man. The way they're doing Carey Price dirty. Bump deep to the outside by Pacioretty. Left for Severson. Shoot. Big rebound. Duchesne, shoot. Big rebound again. This game could go. It has overtime written on it. It really does. This game has overtime written all over it. And I hate to say that because an overtime against this team would stress me the hell out. We can't get the puck out of our own zone right now. This is a problem. We got to saucer this and just hope it gets out to center, and it does. Poked free by Dumoulin. Look out, Ming. That's you, Tamernis, between two defenders. Yep, and then slap it on the net. Over the net. Whack it back in. All right, Kamayev kept the puck along. Do we have 3 defenders? No, we have 2 defensemen on the ice. Yes, okay. Because remember, Dumoulin was in the box, so it may have thrown things off for a second there. Having a defenseman in the box. And then he rejoins play at 5-on-5, and you have 3 defensemen on the ice, temporarily at least. What are we doing? Get the puck. Oh my God, he's just playing. Keep away with it. There we go. Kamayev, go. Sprint into this one. I will take that. I will happily take that. Kamayev, my draft pick from Season 1 of the GM mode in the second round with a clutch goal. In the third period, the later stages of the third, it's a breakaway. I was going to do some kind of fake-out move and shoot 5-hole, but instead I just quickly ripped it right here. And I guess we elevated. Did we elevate it over the pad? Under the glove, over the pad. I guess that's where he scored there. Glove side goal. So we got to dump the puck in here. Dumoulin, we got to dump the puck in. It will be dumped in. And now those puck physics are in my favor, and we'll send it out front intended for Pulkkinen. Pulkkinen deserves a goal tonight. He really does. He had one pulled off the board for him because the game did not classify that as, oh my God. Oh God, oh no. I hate when Price plays the puck, I do. He's his own worst enemy on that play. Go, send Cowan. Out of reach for Cowan. CC keeps it from going the full length of the ice and flips it back in. 5.5 to go in period 3. In regulation. Look out. Up the wall. Dump in. Yes. I don't know what the goal of that deke was with Hjalmarsson, but it didn't work out clearly. So, oh God. He didn't pass it. I pressed on it, and he didn't pass the puck. I don't know why. Again, dump in. Shoot. What a goal by Hjalmarsson, the snipe. Past Laner. Does that put the game away? That's got to be the end of the game. We're going to take a 1-0 series lead. It feels all but assured. And that is a goal that came from the fortune of the forecheck. Off the dump in. Dump it in hard, go into the zone with speed, and get it right back. And that's why you don't take Hjalmarsson out of the lineup. That was a contemplation of mine, and I didn't do it. I get rewarded for keeping him in. He gives me a big goal and a big boost for my team that pretty much all but seals this game, I would imagine. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, Pacioretty? You've had a really great game. You were on hat trick watch. And he dumped, not only did he dump someone, I think, illegally into the boards, but it was Carlson is the player that he hit. You hit the star player, the captain of the Senators. This is a good fight with Rearcoch, but we're going to lose it. Yeah. I mean, I don't need the fight win, but we're just handing Ottawa more ammunition for game 2 with that play. I want to see the replay of what he did. Yeah, that was pretty bad. And by the Senators bench as well. You know they're chirping that one. Maybe Carlson said something to him. Carlson said something to him and trash talked him, and it led to that interaction. So, do you think that the Sens can get a couple of quick goals to tie this game? It's certainly within the realm of possibility. We haven't... Oh my God, I wanted to split the two defenders there with Duchesne so bad. He's buzzing around like a bee. All over the ice. And Price, you're going to have to make some saves right here down the stretch. I'm going to forewarn you. You want to move by Duchesne? Oh my God, Duchesne just crossing everyone up. I was trying to go behind the net around the world with it, and the Sens are going to come away. They got a big, like, 3-on-2 or 4-on-2 rush coming here if we're not careful. One-timer saved again. We're going to whack at this. It'll be kept in by Cece. They work it D to D. It hits the blocker and then the crossbar. So this, I mean, I'm telling you, this game is not out of reach yet for the Ottawa Senators. One move early, a second move. Just doing way too much on the ice with some of these dekes. Conricker's offside. I will give you the offside punishment. I'll give you seconds. Oh, I love doing it. I was kind of committed to the first hit, though, after the whistle. I could have pulled up, but I was committed at that point. And these two teams are now officially hating each other, and it's just the first game of the series. The hatred is full force between the Sens and Habs. And I've had a lot of fun. For a game that I've not really been that in the mood for, like my energy levels for this recording session have not been that great, I'm having a lot of fun with the gameplay. I'm having a lot of fun playing this. And I think that this series is going to be the most intense one we've seen thus far of the whole GM mode. The physical pain is being brought out now for both sides. We're offside. Yes, we're offside. I think at this point you missed your power play opportunity if you are Ottawa. And there's no coming back in this game now, officially. That's pretty much a penalty in my book. I think Tamernis should be gone for a minimum of 2 minutes for boarding. But, you know, the game let that one slide. The officials cannot make that call at the Bell Center. They won't walk out of here alive. They have to ignore that play even happen. Oh my God. And Price out of position, still made the save anyway. This is what I'm talking about, why this is not going to be an easy series. Do you see these chances they're getting on Carey Price? They're chanting Carey in the building. They should be. And my God, Marchand's so slow. Oh, the net's empty. Well, I'm going to really regret that one if they manage to tie this game. Up to Kamayev. Stop. Over to Ming. The disrespectful slap shot into the empty cage. Su Kai Ming. Welcome back to the lineup and welcome to the playoff score sheet. He adds to his career playoff totals with an easy empty net goal. Kamayev made the right play. He didn't have anywhere to go with it. I pulled up with Kamayev, made the little pass over to Ming. And it's the Ridley Grigg style slap shot into the empty net. Just doing it to the Senators this time. There is no Morgan Riley to get all pissed off at that one. Okay, where do we go with this? Do we want to? I'm just going to try to deke your entire team out for the rest of this game. Backdoor to Stahl, put on and saved by Lehner. Lehner's goaltending has been a bit suspect in this game. It really has been. And that's Brian Bickle. There's a good look at Bix, who was on this Canadiens team a season ago. Finding himself, again, another player that's on the other side. So last round against Buffalo, we had Chad LaRose, who won a cup with us on the other side of the Canadian Sabres matchup. We have Bickle on the other side of the Canadian Senators matchup. Who will be next in round 3? Let's see if we can get a quick goal here. Can we get one? Nope, save. And that's the horn to end game 1. Habs take a 1-0 advantage in the series. Play LeBou. We'll see you here for game number 2 in the next episode. Quite a good game from Price as well. Not as good as he usually has been. Did he give up? What did he give up tonight? 3 goals? Yeah, because they tied it at 3. They tied it early in that third period. We're halfway through the third period. But then we got a couple of goals, and then we had all the momentum for the last phase of the third period there. And it was this breakaway that was the difference maker from Kamayev.